are everywhere. They drift through the traffic and the crowds. They knock on our car windows, hotels, and our homes, and make a gesture signaling they are hungry. But what do we really know about them, and does the society even cast them a second glance to see how they can be helped? Most spend nights on cold, dirty, hard pavements in the streets. Many of them have suffered from malnutrition, lack of sleep, and bear the pain from continued exposure of cold and the rain. Ignored, pitied, and feared in equal measure, these kids find the streets as a place to end their misery. But even in the streets, they are not safe. They are more vulnerable and they find it harsh. They are subjected to a whole range of violence, abuse, and deprivation. Most of them have tales to tell about the abuse they have suffered in the hands of those they have trusted the most, and financial constraints and lack of support from their families due to loss of parents or poverty. Despite the harsh times, many cling that there is hope for a better future for them. Kakamega Orphans Care Centre, based in Kenya, Africa, offers them basic needs, food, shelter, and education. Every little child is born with an opportunity and a dream. The care center gives each and every child equal opportunities. Mrs. Dorothy Selebwa, the founder, narrates how she began supporting the needy and the vulnerable in the society.
Many people have been asking me, how did I begin this care center? Many of us have been dreaming, and I believe even you sometimes dream. So 1994, toward the early morning at about 3 or 4, somebody called me. I was not seeing the person, but that voice called me, Dorothy. You see those widows and orphans? I didn't answer. The voice came a second time. I didn't answer. And the third time, the voice was a bit furious, and the man said, do you see those widows and orphans? And immediately I said, yes. I saw women and children in tattered clothes. So I had to wake up and pray about that dream. And then I prayed over it. And then I called one of my pastors that very early in the morning. I asked her, what does this mean to me? And so this woman was called Helen. And she laughed and said, Mama, you are being sent into a ministry of taking care of widows and orphans. And she continued to laugh because she is a widow. Then she said, I'm lucky. I'm one of the people you are going to take care of. So she said, Dorothy, let's pray on phone. And this lady prayed with me that early morning on phone, and then I relaxed. And I kept on wondering why and where is God sending me to.
She left her paying job in Nairobi in 1994 after working for 29 years after the call.
So while we were at this church of a Malemba Friends Church, doing our business as women of the church, we saw children coming in by the doorway asking for food. The first time we just gave them food and let them go. The second time they came again in a bigger number. We gave them food and let them go. But this third time they came more than 10 children, and I started wondering why are these children coming to us and where are they coming from? So I sent my fellow women to go with those children to where they live, and they came back with pathetic stories. Some of them were living with a grandmother, some of them were living with an old grandfather, some of them were living with an auntie or an uncle, And even some of them were living on their own without anybody to care for them. So my dream now became real. And I said to the women, what do we do?
At a Malemba Friends Church Kakamega, she and a group of women mobilized their own resources locally, money and food, and began a feeding program to support the needy and the vulnerable around the community.
Cooking on 3 stones outside the church under a tree, and we had to bring food from our own homes, beans, rice, maize, and even flour.
Within a period of 5 years, from 1995 to 2000, the feeding program was supporting over 100 needy children.
I thought we had a lot of children and we could not bring food and money from our homes anymore. So I really wanted somebody to assist. So in 2002, in the month of April, I went to the US, and Molly had organized groups of friends.
Mrs. Selebwa, in a Quaker gathering in the US, shared her program and found help from well-wishers.
And at the end of 5 weeks, Molly said to me, Dorothy, we now have collected $5,043. And then I said, wow, God is on my side. I was about to come back home. And Molly asked me, do you want to carry this money home? I said, I'm not carrying any money on me. And so I had to give the USFW, which means United Society of Friends Women of our church. I had to give that account for the church, and the money was wired.
And through fundraising, they helped build a 3-story building for the program at the church compound.
We have met challenges from the start of saying we want to construct a double-story building. It was laughter, and everybody said, oh, Dorothy is cheating these women. How can women put up a building? Yes, I said, Dorothy, without God, nothing will happen. But Dorothy, with these women, with God, everything is going to be possible. So God saw us through. We have the building up. We have the children in high school, children in grade schools, children who live with their guardians, and children who are in colleges and universities. And yet, we have some who have graduated university, and some of them have even been employed. Our accountant here is a girl we brought up. Another challenge that we have is that there are those who complete Form 4 and they are not even able to go to colleges or even universities because 1, they may not be qualifying, and 2, even if they qualify, they do not have a sponsor to push them forward. And that has become a very big challenge to us. We have quite a lot of students who finished Form 4 and yet they are doing totally nothing. We would want to get them into polytechnics. We would want to get them to learn things like carpentry, masonry, driving, mechanics, so that they can be able to help themselves in future. But our resources are limited.
Pastor Ida talks about the various programs at Kakamega Orphans Care Centre.
Generally, we were looking at a family, and we are like a family that's supposed to have strong and healthy children, strong and healthy women. So we have got several programs that we have just begun doing. The widows program is like a widows, young widows or even old widows can do something, and that matter we are training them. And after training them, we are helping them to begin doing things like small businesses for themselves. We are training them to begin doing some small agri-businesses for themselves, and so on and so forth.
Dorothy, a 27-year-old lady, takes care of 7 needy and vulnerable orphaned children in a single rental room.
mdogo ako middle class. Kuna hao watoto, kuna ndugu yangu, wengine wa dada yangu. Ndugu yangu, watoto wa ndugu yangu niliwapata wakati alirealize ako HIV positive, ikamuaffect juu ya kukaa kwa denial for long, akaanza kuwapiga, wakatoka nyumbani, wakaanza kuishi kwa nyuma. So nikamwona niwachukue wasomea hapa. Dada yangu pia kwa marriage penye alikuwa ameoleka, ikaleta vita, pia ako HIV positive, ikaleta shida. Waka break up na bwana, na the only place sasa angeleta watoto wake ni hapa juu hatuna nyumbani. So hapa ndo angewaleta, na hapa tumerent, tunakaa nao. Alafu pia kuna dadangu wa form 2 mwenye mama yake alikufa, dadangu alikufa, pia babake alikufa, na wote walikuwa HIV positive. So nikaamua niwachukue niishi nao hapa, wanasoma sasa from hapa wakienda shule.
With the little funds given to her, she practices poultry farming for income generation to support the big family under her care, but wishes to be supported more.
Kakamega Care Centre imenisaidia, ina support Shakweli Made, mtoto wa dada yangu mwenye ako class 3 sasa hizi. At least imetusaidia, imetupatia funding zenye zimetusaidia kulipa shuleni, kununua vitabu.
Aged, but with a caring and loving heart, Mama Priscilla struggled to shelter and provide for children whose parents passed on.
Nikushukuru kwa sana kumsaidia watoto kwa kulea. Mtu kama mimi hawezi kulea watoto. Watu wapende kama
Kakamega Orphans Care Centre has managed to help only one child due to limited resources, but wishes to support more in the home.
Mimi nimeshukuru kwa vile mimi watu wa Kakamega wamenichukua, lakini hata wananisaidia. Huyu mtoto nilikuwa nimeshindwa bila anaweza kusoma, maana mama yake na baba yake wameniachia kama ngali hapo tu na miaka 2.
Mrs. Mary Mwanje, a disabled aged woman, is committed to taking care of her grandson, who she picked at the age of 2 years, whose father went missing 5 years ago.
Mimi mwenyewe naendelea tu naye kulinda, bila wakanisa hiyo wanisaidia kunichukua. Hata sasa hivi wameleta pesa, ninanunua hapo uniform na viatu na kulipa karo za shule. Nimeshukuru Mungu.
As a member of the Friends Church, Kinuthia, the grandson now is in class 3.
For us, a child is a child, and a child is our child, and that child is a child who needs to have a good dream. So what can we do? What can we do to help our society? What can we do to help our young people? And for us, it's like if we empower our people, if it's a woman, empower a woman. If it's a child, empower a woman to go to school. Because we believe in one principle. You empower somebody and help that person to stand on his or her own to be able to live a living. We have got 13 members of staff as for now, and they are deployed into various departments.
My work here is to work with the children who are orphaned, and I've been helping them in 2 departments. 1 as the care giver, 2 in the kitchen to help them to make food. In the department we do not have challenges because food is being supplied adequately. What we need is being supplied. There is no problem towards kitchen department.
I'm in charge of the gas and also in charge of the food stuff. Mostly I deal with the cleanliness of the girls' dormitory.
I really thank the sponsors because wanatulipia fees, wanatubalisha kuwa by that tunanunuliwa bag, viatu, vitabu, hata chakula tunakula poa. Wakikuja mwezi wa 8, we really enjoy because they make fun with us. We enjoy being with them. We are happy.
I want to call on everybody, every well-wisher from all over the world, name it German, USA, Canada, and elsewhere. Please come to our aid.
All of us wonder how hard it is for those who haven't been reached out for in the streets, in their poor homes, in the cold and in the rain. How they try to survive with empty stomachs and how they are exposed to danger even though their search for better lives remain elusive. All children have dreams and aspirations. Given the chance, they can be important people in the society.